Let's begin with 3 red springs or 3 heavy springs. Foot bar in the middle upright position. We're going to start laying down. Make sure your headrest is down and let's begin. So lay down on your carriage. Let's just start with a quick stretch for our hamstrings so that we don't get any cramping right away with our bridges. So we're just going to take our left leg, drape it over the foot bar. Right leg, you're going to grab your thigh, lift your leg up to the ceiling, try to straighten it, and flex your foot. So try to push your heel to the ceiling and then draw your thigh in a little closer towards you. You should feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. Maybe circle your ankle a few times in each direction. And then a little gentle pull. And then release. Let's do the other side. Straight leg comes up. Flex your foot. So push your heel to the ceiling. You should automatically feel it right in your hamstrings and try to draw that thigh towards you. And then circle your ankle a couple times. Good. And then one more gentle pull, soft knee, and release. Good. Okay, let's start with our heels or arches of our feet on the foot bar. You're in parallel. So your hips, knees, and ankles are all kind of in this nice alignment. Hands down by your side. Take a breath in. And then exhale, flatten your lower back. Start to push into the foot bar without moving the carriage to peel your spine up into a bridge. Inhaling at the top. And then exhale, melt your spine back down. One vertebrae at a time. Good. Breathe in at the bottom and exhale. Peel the spine back up, keeping the tailbone tucked under. Inhale at the top. Exhale, soften the chest, the upper back, mid back, low back, and tailbone. 2 more. Inhale. Peel it up. Exhale. And then exhale, roll the spine down. 1 more. Peel the spine up, and we're going to hold it on this one. Okay, so let's hold our hips up. Take a breath in, and then we're just going to dip our hips almost halfway down, maybe 3/4 of the way down, and then lift our hips. Squeeze your buns 10 times. Lower and lift. Good. Lower and lift. Try to keep those knees in line with your hips. Good. And really squeeze the buns at the top without arching your back and flaring your ribs. So we've got 5. Good. 4. And 3. 2. 1. Roll the spine down. Inhale. And exhale, peel the spine right back up. Good. Now without your hips dropping, you're going to take one leg to tabletop. Set it down and then lift the other leg. Good. Set it down and switch. Try not to let those hips drop and try to keep them nice and level, like as if you can put a ruler across your hips. Good. 1 more to each side. And then once you're even, you're going to take your right leg to a tabletop or one leg to tabletop. Keeping your hips level, you're just going to dip the hips down and lift up. Dip down, lift up. If this feels like, whoa, way too much, just have your toes on the bar and try to do it that way, okay? We got 5 and 4, 3, 2, 1. Set the foot down, readjust. Let's do the other side. So either tabletop or gentle light toes on the bar. Dip your hips down and lift. Down, lift. Again, you're keeping them level. We got 5, 4. Keep that carriage still. 3, 2, 1. Foot comes down. Roll your spine down. Inhale. Exhale, come right back up. Right leg to tabletop, straight up to the ceiling. And then keep those hips level and we lower the leg down, lift it up. 8, 7, 6. Good. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Foot comes down, other side. So readjust, straight leg up, lower it down, lift it up. So you're only lowering the leg as far as you can keep your hips level and in this nice position with your spine. If you lower it so low to where you start to dip in your lower back, that's probably too low. So just find that position that feels best. 4 more here. Press into your arms. 3, 2, and last one. Foot comes down, roll the spine down. Hug your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Okay, let's take it into a little calf stretch. So balls of your feet on the bar, lift your heels, push the carriage out, lower one heel, stretch. And then switch. And switch. So the next series is going to be some single leg footwork, and if it feels too heavy on 3 red springs or 3 heavy springs, you can drop one of the heavy springs down to a medium spring, which would be 2 reds and a blue if you're on balance body. That's an option. But try to see if you can challenge yourself with a heavier spring load without it bothering your knees. Okay, bring the carriage in. You're going to start with your heels on the bar parallel. Now let's start with that left leg in tabletop. Try to keep the knee right over the hip and the shin parallel to the floor. Take a breath in and then exhale, push through that right heel all the way out and bring it back in. So we push and resist. If you're feeling good here, you can start to add a little choreography with that left leg. So extending it out long, pulling it to a tabletop as you push out. Good, 7. Nice neutral spine, 6. Inhale, exhale. 4, 3, 2, and then I want you to hold. Hold right here. This leg stays in tabletop. The leg on the foot bar, bring it halfway in, and we go up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. Good. 8, 7, breathe. 5, starting to feel the heat. 3, 2, and then push all the way out on that last one. Bring the carriage in. Whew. Okay, let's switch sides. So set your left foot down, lift your right leg to tabletop. You're on your heel, and then you push all the way out and resist. Back in. Out and in. Good. Keeping those hips nice and level. And adding that choreography. So right leg can reach it out long, pull it to tabletop as you push out. It's kind of this opposition, right? One leg's pulling, one leg's pressing. Good. Keep the back of your rib cage down and try to relax your shoulders here. 4 more. 3. Good. 2. And keep your right leg in tabletop. The carriage comes halfway in. We go up an inch and down an inch. Up and down. Why does the second side always start to burn faster? Because it's probably because we know what's coming. Good. 5, 4, you got this. 3, 1 more. You're going to push all the way out and then bring it back in. Oh, nicely done. Take your knees to one side, up and over to the other side, and 1 more to each side. Okay, going right into some reformer roll-ups. If you know these are very challenging for you, you can just do a basic ab curl for a few. Otherwise, drape your legs over the foot bar, squeeze your legs together, reach your arms up to the ceiling, take a breath in, and then exhale, nod your chin to your chest, curl up into that ab curl, and then see if you can roll all the way up, and then tuck your tailbone and roll all the way back down. If you're like, nope, Courtney, that is not working, you just come up as high as you can. Maybe it's right here, and then roll back down. That is still work, and that will get you progressing to the full roll up eventually. Okay, we got 3 more. Roll it back. Inhale and exhale. Try not to use momentum, but use your deep core muscles. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. And 1 more. Tuck that tailbone slow, slow, slow on the way down. Last one, big inhale and exhale. Nicely done. Swing your legs to the side and let's do a spring change. So we're gonna go into some sideline glute work. So if you know that that is challenging for you, you can do this on 1 blue spring. If you feel like you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can also up it by doing it on just 1 red or a heavy spring. So a little bit lighter would be the medium spring and a little bit heavier would be the heavy spring, the red spring. Okay, so let's go ahead and lay yourself down. If you have a ball or like a yoga block or something that you want to prop your head up on, you can. Or you can just fold your arm like I'm going to do and lay on it like a pillow, like this. But you want to be completely sidelined to where your hips are stacked, shoulders are pretty much stacked, and then we'll get going. So grab your long loop in front of you here. You're going to pull on it and then put it on the arch of your top foot. Okay, right away I stretch my leg out long and I want to feel nice and like I've got a nice alignment from the crown of my head to my heel. Bottom leg stays bent, and then we start by bending the top leg and pressing. And bend and press. Good, now notice if your leg is starting to drop down like this, you want to try to keep it at hip height, right at the height of your hip. Okay, and then also try to stay engaged from the underside here. Try to find that little mouse hole so that you're not just hanging out and relaxing in your upper body, but you're engaged through the core. Okay, 1 more, press your leg long. Now pause right here. We sweep the leg forward and then exhale, sweep it back. So we sweep forward and back. Now this range, you can make it a little bit bigger if it feels good. As long as you can keep your pelvis or your spine pretty neutral. If you start to round through your spine and your lower back, especially when your leg is forward, then minimize that range a little bit more. Okay, we'll do 4 more here. Think of your hamstring doing the work here. So we're pulling with our hamstring and not the joints of our knee. 3. And 2. Again, keep the leg at hip height. 1 more. Pull the leg back and pause. Now we're just going to lift and lower for 10. Nice and controlled. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we go into circles. Think like basketball-sized circles, keeping your pelvis neutral and your hips stacked. Good. 5, circle, 4, and 3. Keep that little mouse hole. 2, reverse. We go 8 in the other direction, up and around. 8, 7, breathe. Good. 5, up and around. 4, ooh, 3, starting to feel that burn. 2, good. And if you got anything left in you, let's start our bicycle. So bend your knee in, straighten your leg forward and pull down for 5. Bend, straighten, pull like you're riding that bike. Check your shoulders and your hips. Make sure your hips aren't rolling back. Almost there. 1 more. And then we reverse. So sweep the leg forward, bend and press it away. Sweep forward, bend, press it away. 3 more. Notice my range is not crazy big. 2. Last one. And then last thing, I promise. Bring your leg a quarter of the way forward. Internally rotate toes to the floor. Pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and done. Ooh, take that strap off. Go ahead and hang it up. You can just lay onto your back and give yourself a figure 4 stretch. Cross that ankle of the leg you were just working over the opposite knee, and then go ahead and just draw your thigh in for a deeper stretch. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the other side. So go ahead and get onto your other side. Again, remember you can use a ball under your head like a pillow or a yoga block, or just fold your arm and lay on it like a pillow. Grab your strap, long loop, hook it onto that top foot, and then get your legs and your hips stacked. Find that little mouse hole. It's okay if it's not actually there, but imagine that it is there. And then we start with a bend and press. Again, your tailbone's a little bit back towards that back edge. And bend and press. Check and see that your leg is staying at the height of your hip, so it's not dropping down like this. And we'll do 4 more. Relax your shoulders, but engage through your core. 2, good, and 1. Now we start sweeping the leg forward and sweep it back. Inhale and exhale. Get that full range without your pelvis moving or shifting. And keep a micro bend of your knee to keep this in the hamstrings and the glutes. Good. 4. Inhale, exhale. 3, 2. All right, here we go. Keep the leg long and we lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Basketball circles. Think basketball size, up and around, up and around. Keep those hips stacked. Good for 5 and 4. 2 more. Reverse. So 8 in the other direction, up and around. You should start to feel it right in the glute medius. Right there. Up and around. 5 and 4. 3, 2, and 1. Start your bicycle. Bend your knee, straighten your leg forward, and pull down. Bend, straighten, and pull. Ride that bike. 3 more. Bend, straighten, and pull. 2, 1. Now reverse that circle or that bicycle. Bend and press the leg towards the foot bar. Sweep it forward. Bend, press it away. 3 more. You got this. 2. And 1 more. And then last thing, if you can bring your leg a quarter of the way forward, internally rotate toes to the floor, pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we made it. Woo! Take that strap off. Go ahead and hang it up. Lay yourself down for your figure 4 stretch. Cross that ankle of the leg you were just working over the opposite knee. If that's enough of a stretch, stay there. If you want a little bit deeper stretch, draw your thigh in towards your chest. Whew. And hold and breathe. All right, we made it. Maybe hug both knees in, give yourself a little rock side to side. And then go ahead and roll to one side, push yourself up. And that is your lower body glute series. I hope you're feeling good, and I look forward to working out with you again in the future. So see you next time.